This is James Bellini for Sandra Live here with Jacob Shaw with PETA. First off, what are we doing out here today?
So PETA's here to celebrate the installation of our End Sheeran statue, which reminds everyone that sheep are sensitive, intelligent animals who love their families and feel fear and pain when they're cut to ribbons for wool. Of the more than 100 statues that have been displayed throughout the city, not one of them tells how sheep in the wool industry are beaten with shears, mutilated, and end up slaughtered for their flesh. And we know that when anyone with a heart learns about how much sheep suffer in the wool industry for the sake of a sweater or a pair of socks, they will be moved to leave wool on the shelf.
All right, and just speaking, have you ever been around personally, like sheep in general, or have been to these farms out here and hey, I'm gonna go experience this firsthand?
Yes, so we have done, as I mentioned in the speech, over a dozen video investigations of 117 wool operations around the world. And at every single one of those operations, our investigators have documented horrific cruelty. And that's because wherever the sheep operation is in the world, sheep are still prey animals, so they're scared to death of being held down to be sheared. And when they struggle to free themselves from the shearers, they're often beaten in the face, violently kicked, slammed to the ground, and have their necks stomped on. So we have seen firsthand how shearers leave sheep bloodied and shaking, only to be killed when they're no longer considered useful. So we want everyone to know that anyone who wants to protect gentle sheep from this violence can do so by no longer buying wool.
And just the area, it's 105 degrees pretty much daily around here. Sheep do get overgrown. How would you suggest they handle that issue? Because that to me seems inhumane, to leave them with that much wool on. If it's 105 degrees, they're going to overheat, they're going to die of heat exhaustion. How would you address that?
So sheep are purposefully bred to grow more wool than they need. If we were to leave sheep alone as nature intended, instead of genetically manipulating them, they would grow just enough wool to protect themselves from all temperature extremes. And shearing, the process by which humans take the sheep's wool and use it for ourselves, is an inherently greedy, bloody, and violent process that often leaves sheep with gaping wounds and other terrible injuries. And there are more cruelty-free, animal-free materials available everywhere than ever before. So it's just an easy choice to leave sheep in peace and buy many of the vegan options available all over the country.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much.